podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to The Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Hey, Daddy, this is Dollar Beat.
BoxingVoice.com. No matter what nobody say, man. Spirit, can't nobody fuck with me, man. You know, I can't be fucked with, you know.
Derevyanchenko Productions.
Whether you pay to see me win or you pay to see me lose, you're gonna pay. Fuck it, the kids still gotta eat. I don't have to watch, you know, any footage of a fighter. I mean, because I'm Floyd Mayweather, everybody gotta watch me. I knew eventually I was gonna have to fight Oscar over. I feel like he was straight up and down, no special effects. BoxingVoice.com. How can Canelo have the biggest deal? Your deal is for $300 million, and I made $350 million just in one fight. And you're fighting on the app. BoxingVoice.com. I'm a king, okay? I eat a feast. Every time I eat a feast. And when I get up from the table, I don't give a fuck who get the leftovers. At the end of the day, follow my green print.
Derevyanchenko Productions.
BoxingVoice.com.
Good morning, TBV. Welcome back, Patreon family, Boxing Voice community. What it do? It's fight week. Jermell, Jamal, Charlo in action, first pay-per-view, and we're excited. But we got a question for the public that Jermell and Jamal posed themselves. They believe they can be as big, if not bigger, than the Klitschko brothers in boxing. So our question is, can the Charlo brothers be as big or bigger than the legacy of the Klitschko brothers? What do you think they have to do to either be mentioned side by side with the current Vitaly and Vladimir Klitschko or surpass them in boxing? This is what we're going to be discussing. The article is on Boxing Scene where they kind of talked about it, not fully in the depth that we're going to get into it, but definitely giving us enough, and I quote, "After everything is said and done, Jermell believes the legacy he and his brother will leave behind will be on the level of the Klitschko brothers." I say, as big as the Klitschkos or bigger. We want to be champions together in the same weight division again, if that's possible. We just want to be legends where people follow our platform and they recognize every time they see us, they're like, they dogs, and they looked out for people. They were good people. We don't want people to just think we're some crazy warriors that just walk around banging their bats against poles and stuff. We want people to understand that we're really serious about the sport of boxing, that we're passionate and we love the game, but we love life as well and family, Jermell said. So, again, the question is, do you believe that what Jermell believes he and his brother can accomplish will come to fruition? Can the Charlo brothers be as great as the Klitschkos or greater? Will they have a bigger legacy? Lot to debate here. Lot to debate. Good morning, gentlemen. I got my man Mario Monguilla in Corpus Christi, Texas, Alexander Lyons, New Jersey, and the new Dillian. I said that wrong. As you said. All right, we're going to go with D. Francis until we get that down pat. Because he's Jamaican, y'all. We brought us a Jamaican. All right? Wagwan.
Yadman.
Wagwan. What's going on? Where
Also with the MIDI in the house, rocking the King.
Oh,
King
Middy's
shirt.
back?
That's the Biggie shirt? What's that?
I thought
That's
Middy
that
was
King
not.
Biggie
Yeah, that's
shirt
that
right
Biggie.
there.
You know he loved Biggie. That was his ring walk the other day. I thought he was not going to be on to the interview. Shout out to Middy already coming through. So, yeah, man, we got a full house. Plus, we got a scheduled guest with Mr. Harding Jr. in about 21 minutes. Gentlemen, what's up, man? Middy across the pond. I forgot to introduce as I didn't know you were on. But what do you guys think? Can the brothers be as great as the other brothers?
Potential, yeah, definitely.
That is a loaded question.
I see. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to talk about in between that, but I mean,
Yeah.
if I was to say that, are they there now? No. Can they get there? Yeah, hell yeah. You know, they're making history together as brothers, and I see similarities in the Klitschkos. Obviously, the Klitschkos stood around a little longer, but yeah, who's to say that they can't, have the same popularity? I mean, we had my man on here the other day. Excuse me, I forget his name, but he was with the Analytics. Maybe one of you guys remember his name. And Charlo twins had a high score on that system that he was presenting to us, and it just goes to show you that they are popular. They are out there, making waves. Only thing is that, which I found funny when you read it, Ness, when, they don't want to be seen as the guys just banging their bats along the fence. We shared an Untitled story last night, and that's the attitude that the twins had, and the public was perceiving, like the bad boys of boxing. They're out there, really like getting at people, you know what I'm saying? They had the little crew with them. And I think that, in a way, we're in a sport where you have to speak out sometimes. You have to be heard. And when you're not being heard, you got to get a little, you got to ruffle a couple of feathers. So I never took it as like, oh, they some bad people, even though they had me heated that day. But I was like, you know what, man? They trying to get theirs, man. They trying to get their lion's share. So, shout out to Lions only. So go get it, champ.
I found out the word grifter the other day. I was watching this grifter. I was watching I don't even know what I was watching, but they were talking about Dave Rubin and Joe Rogan and some beef or whatever. Grifter is a person who tries to sell you on something but doesn't really like false narratives, right? So like, let's say like I'm a Democrat and then I switch to Republican just because it is more profitable for me to do so, right? So I say that to say this. I'm going to sell y'all on two ideas. One, the Charlos are already past the Klitschkos. And then two, the Klitschkos stand in a league of their own. Now, you might say, well, that's playing both sides of the fence, but both things can be true. The simple fact is this. The Klitschkos are the brothers, and they rule a division. They rule division for, almost 10 years, right? The Klitschko era is named after them. That is a very lofty goal for the Charlos to set, for anyone to set. And that's probably not obtainable. But in terms of marketing, in terms of appeal, in terms of just like namesake, I feel like the Charlos are already there. You had to know the Klitschkos because at some point you're a boxing fan and you said, man, remember when the heavyweight division was popping? Who is the heavyweight champion? Oh, it's some guy named Vladimir. It's some guy dating Hayden Panettiere. It's Mr. Hayden Panettiere. That's who you were, saying, right? With the Charlos, it's so much different. They have this appeal that you want to know who they are and you want to know more about them. They strike you as interesting. They give you these dynamics and they make it, like I said, interesting for you to, know who they are. So it's a tough question. It's loaded.
Let me ask you guys this, or let me ask whoever's going to jump in next to interject this into that very same argument, because Mario makes it seem like if it's easy for them to achieve this feat, and I guess the devil's advocate argument would be, can they sell 60,000 people tickets? Can they put 60,000 butts in seats and not together as a Charlo twin commodity? I'm talking about as a Vladimir Klitschko on his own. Can they rule a division for 12 consecutive years? Those are the questions that we need to be asking when we say that they can be as big or bigger, not that they are already, the numbers don't really indicate that.
I mean, I agree with you 100%. Ness. Like, those are the questions, and those are, the milestone that they have to get to be considered in that conversation. And, the key factor for me is going to be longevity of reign. Like, so both of them going to have, first of all, to become like champion, the champion that everyone is just like agreeing that, what is the man in the division right now in each of their division is debatable, right? So for them to be recognized as a Vlad, as a duo of like brothers that are reigning over a division, that's what they have to achieve. Not only they have to achieve it, but they have to achieve it for a long time. And they're not spring chickens, and they're not in a division where you could be doing it when you're 40 years old plus, unless your name is Manny Pacquiao, right? So that's going to be difficult. Time is not on their side to beat that kind of record. But I mean, that we're talking about beating records.
10 years longevity.
I mean, that's what puts you in those kind of conversation, like, and in those kind of comparison. Now, in terms of like selling tickets and packing stadium and having a whole country behind you, I think it's going to be slightly harder as well, right? Because, the Klitschko had,
Nation.
They had a nation behind them. Like, they had an adopted nation that wasn't even theirs. Like Germany, they make it theirs. Like
weren't
Ukrainian.
they gold medalists too?
Wow.
I think they
were.
declarated amateurs,
right?
man.
Having one of them. Yeah.
Vitaly was, I think.
I think somebody was a declarated amateur in that.
Yeah, they both
thing,
good amateurs, but I don't think they both won Olympic gold, right? So,
Klitschko 6. He won the.
Wait, which Klitschko though?
Vitaly, I think. No, is it
Vitaly? Yeah. Yeah, I had a.
No. This one says Vladimir actually.
Oh, was it Vladimir? Okay. Cool. I was like one of them. But listen, the only point that I'm trying to make, I'm not trying to say that they're there already. That sounds stupid. What I'm trying to say is that they have a leg up because for the longest time, no one gave a shit about the Klitschkos. Like, let's be real. I give them their respect. What they did, Vlad needs to go down as an all-time great.
Wasn't it dubbed the boring
era? Exactly. Nobody gave a shit about them. Like, that's just the truth. You know what I'm saying? And the Charlos don't have that problem, and they haven't had that problem.
I get you, and that's maybe going to be their saving grace. Like what they cannot make in terms of longevity, because that's the knock on the Klitschko. They say, yeah, you did it for 20 years or whatever, for 12 years. But who was there? Who was there? That's what people tell them, right? So for you to just do it or to get on that level, you do it for a shorter period of time, but with a quality of opposition that everyone recognizes as killers. So if they just go on a run and they get all the killers, they get Canelo, they get Triple G, they get whoever, right? So whoever is popping at the time, that's when they're going to say, yeah, no problem. Imagine Jermell beats Canelo like 2 or 3 times. Like they go in a trilogy and then, they just
it's matchups like that they can solidify that lofty
I don't
goal,
know, man.
As they go along. But the most problem I had with it was that longevity and in comparison. That's what I had. I was like, wait a minute, and the lower weight classes don't even fight that. Well, don't fight as long.
Listen, I believe in order to accomplish it, and this is gonna come off or land on their ears as hatred, as they can't do it, and that's not it. It's just very hard right now. They're both in their 30s, I think. So that means the next 10 years, they have to beat everyone that they face, basically. Because I know Vlad had a few losses here and there, and I think Vitaly maybe suffered one. But they not only have to beat everyone that they face, but the people they face have to be good enough that they are the next, listen to what I'm about to say, they are the next generation's 154 and 160 pound crop. Vlad and Vitaly have beat heavyweights that are still active today. Still top 10 today. Manuel Char, Chris Arreola, just so many names are in there. Duhaupas, Povetkin, David, Duhaupas. Well, he was a pie when he got beat. Nah, I'm joking. Povetkin. I mean, this is off the top, but you know what I'm saying. Like, if you go through Vlad's resume, look, David Haye is on Vlad's, right? And who just fought David Haye? A year, 2 years ago? Tony Bellew. Like, what I'm saying is, they've been in the thick of the game for so long that everyone they face is relevant. Like, I hate to say it, but there's no John Jacksons that fought and disappeared. The John Jacksons on Vlad's resume, they still out here trying to win a heavyweight title. They still out here being the B-side to someone's A-side. Like, didn't Vlad fight Takam too?
Can we compare longevity, though? Because they've been fighting since 2008. I mean, technically, right? That's 10 years in the game. Or are we comparing it to the 10-year reign that they had?
Well, no, but that's the problem. Like, they've been fighting for 10 years, and really and truly, it's only the last 2-3 years that you can really consider as them making waves in the way they are making waves, right? So imagine like being 7 years a pro, and a good pro at that, but not being like in a conversation for being like top of your division just yet. That's the problem. And
well, they had a plan for them. You know what I mean? Like, I don't hold all that time against them. They were being built. And then remember, there's a very difficult situation that not a lot of people give credence to, and that's the separation between Golden Boy and Richard Schaefer and Al Heyman fighters. Essentially, they had a plan. They all had a plan. And then that plan went out the window, and they had to, like, kind of redirect it. You know what I mean? So then everybody starts kind of from scratch, a sense. And it's kind of like that feels that way. When you think of Thurman, there's a pre-PBC Thurman and a post-PBC Thurman. And I'm not saying that one is different than the other. All I'm saying is that they had very different careers. So with the Charlos, it wasn't until PBC came along where their trajectory was really like put in the place of a takeover or top of the level. Before all that, they were fighting on Golden Boy cards just to get known, just to get the recognition. And they had a lot of hype, and a lot of people believed in them.
Just to work. It was a job when they was with Golden Boy, and that's what they saying. That's why Jermell has such a such a bad taste in his mouth for De La Hoya. That's why he was telling Ryan, look, they was paying me $100. Come over here. I'm getting this. I'm being treated like this. So you got to remember, Jermell was signed to Golden Boy. He was a Shelly Finkel and Al Heyman fighter. Jamal, it's crazy how tables turn. Jamal, see, people don't follow boxing long enough. Jermell was the one. Jermell was the one being pushed. Jamal was the one that people was like, bro, the other brother ain't fight nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, people were questioning Jamal because Jermell was already in so many good, decent fights and proving his mettle that everybody's like, yeah, the other brother punches harder, but who's he fought? Then he fought K9. It's like, oh, but he was 40. So then he fought Trout. He got respect. Then not everyone gave him respect. Some people like, oh, he ducking Williams. So he fought Williams. You know what I mean? But that's the issue, right? Like, Vlad was so dominant that he was called boring. You said in your opening statement that maybe the Charlos are already there because of the recognition, but how is it? Do they have the recognition that you say that they have, where Vlad was known for being boring but selling out? Like, remember that the promoter of Povetkin, who still is promoter, is like with an R, maybe Midian remembers. He got together like $25 million and made Vlad come to Russia, right? Wasn't that fight in Russia or it happened in Germany? But they put the money up. Google that. Like, Povetkin put the money up. Like, you got to think about that. Like, almost 10 years ago, they put $25 million up for Vlad. Like, where is that type of demand for the Charlos?
Is it you gotta? We gotta understand, like, where was Vladimir Klitschko's appeal? I mean, I don't remember. Well, it's been a while, but when did he fight? In the States against Stackham? Brian Jennings, he fought in the States, but mostly his fights have been in Germany. And like, I just want to know if we're comparing the appeal here in the States to a global appeal, you know what I mean? Because I'm pretty sure like not everybody in the world knows who the Charlo twins are right now. They don't have that global push, maybe. Yes. But I can definitely say that they've had more in the last 2 years, more shine on them here in the States than I ever saw Vladimir. And, not to say that Vladimir, when he came down here, he didn't sell tickets or whatever. I would have to look at BoxRec to see where he fought. Most probably Madison Square Garden. But in the end, like, the appeal that we have here for the Charlo brothers in the States is high. Like, people know them and relate to them, and, a bunch of other stuff that goes along with the appeal. I think that here in the States, they definitely got the appeal over whatever time the Klitschko's had.
That was the only point I was really trying to make, is that they're in a better position from where they're headed, where they want to be. They're in a better position right now than I think the Klitschkos were ever in until they solidified themselves as that dominant presence. Look, we all agree the Charlo's got to do that for them to reach that kind of hierarchy as brothers dominating boxing. But that's a lofty goal, you know, and you could talk about the heavyweight division and whether it was competitive or not back then, or you could talk about the middleweight division, whether it's better now. You could talk about all those things. But the bottom line is it's just really hard to get a division named after you the way the Klitschkos did.
Exactly.
But regardless, big enough. You know, are they going to get as big? To me, big means, you know, being known, being recognized. And the Charlos have a leg up. Like Jimmy said, I believe it.
I think y'all changing the goalpost, dog. Being big is making legendary first ballot Hall of Famers travel to Germany to fight you. Not you coming to America to fight them because they're the legends, dog. Like, y'all lying. Y'all lying. Everybody they face had to go see them because they were the draw. Everybody had to jump on a plane and come to Germany. Everybody had to bow down to them.
So why did they never choose to fight in America as often as they should have?
My man, because they didn't need America. They didn't even need HBO. Don't you get it?
Okay, no, I get it.
That's still a goalpost that was not hit. Whether no matter what you want to say that they didn't need it. Okay, neither was Chris John. So are you telling me Chris John? What is Chris John to you? One of the greatest and biggest of all-time fighters?
I'm glad
is he on Floyd Mayweather's level? What do you think here?
I'm glad you used such a poor analogy because Chris John.
It's the exact same thing.
No, it's not. Chris John didn't make it to America in the sense that he was known. Klitschko's, with the few fights they had here, we know them. We know them. They are Hall of Famers. Stop lying. They fought here a handful of times and the world, listen, they fought here a handful of times and the world knows them. Jim Lampley couldn't keep Vitaly's name out of his mouth and he couldn't keep Vlad's name out of his mouth and calling him boring. You are lying.
Lampley, I mean the
Listen,
people.
like the U.S., like the U.S. argument comes from the fact that, you know, for a good part of their reign, there was not really like a U.S. heavyweight challenger that would just be that good nemesis. That was the problem. Yes. I think that they would have been like a big US name if they had a dance partner that could make it attractive. And that's the reason why they didn't crack the US, I think. But at the same time, I also think that, like Ned said, they didn't really have to crack the US because the competition that they were fighting, they could just bring them to Germany.
So what are we talking about? We're talking about money, or are we talking about popularity?
But you see, you're trying to
separate the two.
No, you're trying to divide the conversation to win the argument. Listen,
no, that's not true. Heavyweights are different.
Hear me out. Listen, his statement was, "We believe we can be big or bigger than Vitaly Klitschko, or excuse me, the Klitschko brothers." Now you want to say, oh, well, they could be as big, popular, but not sell as many. No, my man.
Nobody said that.
No. I'm generalizing your statement to anyone else that's going to call in with the ridiculousness and say, well, they are as big because they're bigger in America than, the Klitschko brothers weren't as known as the Charlo. All right, so where the fuck are the tickets at? They so known in America. Why they ain't selling tickets in America? So let's just stop with the bullshit. If you're gonna be
I'm pretty sure this card would have sold some tickets.
Okay, what happened to the Tony Harrison card? How many tickets was that? Over 7? Someone tell me. How many did it hold in that stadium?
I mean, you're still talking about the heavyweight division, though. Like, nothing's ever going to be more lucrative than that.
So then, Mario, isn't it a safer argument to be like, yo, they're being ambitious. Jermell is being ambitious, but it's an unfair feat to accomplish because the heavyweight division is a casual-driven division. But to somehow try to dilute what the Klitschkos did to bring up Jermell and Jamal and say, yeah, look, they can almost do. No, dog, like can't do that.
I spent more time arguing to get the Klitschkos credit on this show than anyone. So you're not going to tell me, anything about that. You're absolutely right. They deserve all the credit in the world. All I'm saying is that you and I represent a fandom that's like 35 and older. Like, I don't know what these 20-year-olds know about Klitschko or don't know. And I'm not saying that they're not known. I'm just saying, how well known are they?
Okay.
All I'm saying is that the Charlos are on a different path.
Cool, but I
think that they can create something and be the biggest Charlos. I know that sounds cheesy as shit, but I'm just saying that they're on a different path. And at the end of the day, their version of bigger could be bigger. I mean, the book is not written. The Klitschkos are done, right? Likely never to fight again. Maybe Vlad, that would be awesome, but probably not. The Charlos are still writing their history, and there's a potential that they could succeed. And that's where I think that it's unfair to pigeonhole them and to suggest just because they're not big now doesn't mean that there's no way they can get there.
Well, I never said that there's no way. I said
I know. I'm generalizing.
I said it's going to be hard, and they need the next 10 years to go in their favor for them to accomplish that. Like, you literally got to dominate the division to the point that everyone you faced is now on Charles Conwell's resume or whoever else. You know, what's the kid that we went to see? The sparring, Kashad Elliott. All Charlo's opponents mutually, are on Elliott's. Like, that's what the Klitschkos did, gentlemen. Like, this last 10 years of heavyweight division, their resumes are full with previous Klitschko opponents. That's how good you got to be. That everyone else in your division has fought people you faced and dominated. That's how good you got to be in order to be as big or bigger than the Klitschkos. Then you got to sell tickets and sell out arenas. You got to sell out arenas. You got to have a crazy promoter from across the country, the world, offer you $25 million to come fight his guy.
Germany got that money.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what you got to be. You got to be huge, brother. You got to be so big and so dominant that they get bored with you.
Klitschko definitely had the global appeal, bro. He had the global appeal. I don't think Jermell, the Charlo brothers are just there yet. I think that they haven't crossed into that pond, and for that matter, across the pond, right, Mitty? I mean, Mitty, you tell us, man. I mean, is it flaming out there? Is their name hot? You know what I'm saying? Are you hearing about the Charlos? Do you hear constantly about them? I mean, I know you're in the boxing world, but take us through like a casual,
In the boxing world, you do, like, with the casuals, like, you don't really know them. Like the younger generation, like, the demographic that is maybe like 20 to 30, they would have heard of him because they use their social media well. They create like the buzz that is needed, like, for that generation. But they're more known for their, like, kind of like, the way they carry themselves, rather than their wins and all that. Like, people don't have like, oh yeah, that's a memorable win. They say, oh yeah, like the Charlo guys, I like their swag, I like, the way they carry themselves, rather than, oh, you remember that fight? And when they get to the point where we talk about, oh, you remember the way they beat Golovkin, oh, you remember the way they just like KO'd Canelo, that's when you know that, it's not just about what you do also outside the ring. It's like your credential in the ring. And they're good enough to do that. They're good boxers, they're good fighters, they're good punchers, they're good talkers. Whether you like them or not, you'll just watch them and you'll be entertained because, like, they have the ability to just keep you glued to the screen.
9:30.
Hey, Mitty, there's 5 John Hardings. That's why I say I need his.
I sent you the other one. This guy name is Pester Superstar. Like, so when you see that underneath that, you'll see Pester Superstar.
So what do you think, Mitty, man? Do you think that the Charlos need a fight across the pond to start gaining that global appeal, or could they maybe do it like Klitschko, fight in the States a few times, What do they?
You need to have like the right dance partner. Like, whether you don't need to fight across the pond to get like just get fame from here, right? If you fight Golovkin, if it happens in Vegas, people will know you.
Yeah,
right?
I hate that everybody says you gotta fight across the pond. Canelo ain't fighting the fucking UK.
You don't have to. You don't have to.
Dog,
like,
the Klitschkos didn't fight over here. Like, if you are big, look at Tim Tszyu. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are eventually gonna start going over there to fight him because he's big. Like, come on, man. We gotta not push the goalposts back, man. When they get big enough, we can talk about that. I think they have a very strong opportunity at doing that simply because they got the power. If you think about it, they've knocked out top, 3 opponents, right? Which means that Tony Harrison one day could fight Conwell. Tony Harrison one day could fight someone in the 54 division, just like, previous opponents of Jermell, like you've seen Julian, become unified. And that's what I'm saying. When your opponents become the opponents of the rest of the division and they're still top 10, then you will be on that level of a, Klitschko brothers in terms of legacy. But we got our first guest, John Harding Jr. from across the pond. Mr. Harding, how are you? Good afternoon to you over there.
Yo, what's good, man? What's good? Can you hear me?
For sure. How are you?
Yeah, coming loud and clear. If you want to, champ, put your phone sideways so we can get a full view, see the shoulders and all that. Look like
all right.
Look like you got this.
Oh, you got the rotation line. Who does rotation?
Yeah.
A lot of people do rotation line.
Your screen might be locked, so just go to
you've got a screen lock.
Yeah, just drop down and just press the unlock button so that your screen can switch entirely.
It looked like a padlock.
Yeah.
Right,
with an arrow.
Yeah, you correct that.
Hey,
Don't worry, he got that.
You doing?
The build now, yeah.
Yeah, it's good now. It's good.
You're good. So how are you, brother?
Yo, man, I'm good, man. I was just having a little nap, man. Just resting up, man, and getting ready for some work tonight.
You got sparring tonight or strength and conditioning?
Yeah, I got some sparring tonight, man. So I was just chilling, just resting up, and trained earlier, so I'm just resting up for the night session.
So,
for those that don't know, we have John Harding Jr. with us. He is fighting on October 4th against Linus Udofia. Is that how you say that?
Yeah.
Linus Udofia in a 10-rounder. And this is on the Buatsi card, the Matchroom card that with Buatsi. So just giving everybody a little background. Ness, go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Nah, it's all good. That's kind of what I wanted to do in the sense that I would like you to just give us your story, man, from the beginning. Why boxing? How'd you get into it? All that regular stuff that we do need to, I guess, learn about your story.
I start off with why boxing. Boxing gave me the sense of direction. Discipline, it kept me away from, smoking and drinking. When my last sentence is, I got a 6.5-year sentence. So when I came out, I decided, I'm not going to waste away. I'm going to just pursue boxing, and it's all brought back all the love. I was just that judged person, I'm going to go back to prison again. Don't trust him. It's just been I've been out for 5 years now. It's been a whole roller coaster, a whole beautiful journey that's just, allowed everyone to just, to see a different light of me, and also to touch others. My messages I give people want to, get up and do things in their life and change their life.
Hey, John,
definitely just.
Do you mind backing up a bit to the window? So that we could get a little bit of light, because people are not able to see you.
You able to see me now?
Slightly, but when you hunch over, you get into that shade, man, and they can't see the Jamaican brother.
It's an African brother.
Oh,
sorry,
shit, African brother.
Yeah. But is that better?
Yeah, way better. So, damn, brother, six and a half.
Let me see if I can get a better light for you guys. Hopefully it sounds a bit okay.
That's perfect, champ.
Yeah, you see, there we go. Just for you guys, man. Anyone else gets inside.
Thank you. So, I'm interested. 6.5 years, man. A few of us on this panel have gone down a similar path and had to do, pay our time to the community as well, and to society. So what happened with Mr. Harding that caused 6.5 years to be taken away from your life? Damn, did he freeze?
He did freeze.
Shit.
Yeah, that's the thing with you're muted, Mitty. That's the thing with going outside.
Yeah, he's outside. That's the problem.
It's cool. If he just stays right by the window, that would have been awesome.
If he stays inside by the window, he'd probably be better.
Yeah, definitely be better.
Wow.
Damn,
we might have to hang up on him so he could realize that he's frozen.
6.
Maybe he can hear us, right? That's the thing.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Nah,
that's what happens with Ness
he
sometimes.
Can't hear me. Hello.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Okay.
actually, I can't say that, right? Because sometimes I'll be like, yo, I heard everything y'all saying.
Well, while we have
Yo.
this little break, I just want to let people know that he is fighting for a middleweight British title
English
and
title.
an English title, sorry.
Yeah.
And his opponent, he actually sparred with him in the past, Linus, who's
Yeah.
15-0. And Mitty, you could tell us more about that, right?
Yeah, no, this is like a London rivalry, and those guys, like, they have, like, they know each other. Like you said, they sparred with each other, and there's a little bit of like tension and like social media beef, like, and from what I hear, right, like it wasn't always like that. Like, they good friend, or they were good friend, and then like maybe like once a fight gets announced, you have like words here and there.
Awesome.
All right, he's
Hey.
back. Yeah, so that position is good. Stay inside the house so we don't lose you, but we can see there's plenty of light right there. So we were asking if you could just tell us what happened, man. What happened? Why 6.5 years? What happened?
It was a drug charge. You know what I mean? And they kept me with the leading role. You know what I mean? And I had previous for drugs, and man, they just hit me. I got found guilty, and I had to start again, man. I had to start my life from scratch, man.
For
So,
sure.
can I
So
ask
did
you,
you pick it up? Sorry, Mitty. Let me just did you pick up boxing in jail, or was it before jail, or was it after jail?
Okay, boxing in general. So I was on and off with amateur boxing.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I wasn't consistent with it, but I was doing it on and off.
How many
You know
fights
what I mean?
did
But
you get?
I was still smoking weed. You know what I mean? And still I was still on the streets doing what I need to do. Occasionally, I'll quit smoking for maybe a month or two, or a couple of weeks, and go back to the gym. But I was always heavily smoking, man. It's only on my last sentence, like a year or two into there, I said, I'm gonna quit. And that, man. But boxing was something I was on and off with as a teen.
How many amateur fights did? I'm sorry, Mitty. Go ahead.
No, I mean, I was gonna say, for the listeners who don't know, right? Like, so you actually signed to Dillian White as like your manager, and you trained by Xavier Miller, right? So, how did they pick you up? Like, how did Dillian pick you up? Like, coming out of prison, did you have like were you in and around the gym, and he just saw you and say, oh, you know what, I like the style of that guy, or how did that come about?
I was in and around the gym, you know what I mean? I was in and around Miguel, so he did see me now and again, you know what I mean? But he was still doing his thing. There was one day where we just, I'll come to the gym, he was there, and he just asked me, yo, you want to spar? I said, yo, come. We sparred, then it's done like little 4 rounds.
Wait, John. Dylan asked you, did you want to spar someone else, or did you want to spar him?
Him.
Do I want to spar him?
But wait.
For speed, you could do that for like middleweight, like, because John is a middleweight, but like sometimes a heavyweight wants to have like work on speed a little bit. Like, is that what happened, John?
Yeah, well, we just done it, and there was the next time where it's like, I was part of the Parker. He's fighting Parker, and so I was kind of used to just get the speed in. And there was one day, we were just going at it, and everyone was shocked, like, me at my weight, how we were just swinging at each other. You know what I mean? Like it was like electrifying, and everyone was just like, wow. Then from there, man, I just kept close, and I was eventually to get him as my manager.
I actually like that about Dillian, man, that he's giving people an opportunity that he sees has legitimate dog in him. You know what I mean? Like, he gave Fabio a shot for the same reasons, for seeing him spar. Even Babbitt, right? Like, Babbitt was a sparring partner of his that he's like, yo, these guys got, man. He's like, these guys got that heart. Because, some is heart, some is skill, stamina, all that, the hard work, but you need that heart, man. And if you got that dog in you, it's important. So that's pretty dope, man. Shout out to Dillian White. I didn't get to ask you. Let me sneak
this one in.
Let me go ahead, because I don't want this to get lost. I wanted to know how many amateur. I know you was off and on, so it's not a big deal. I just want to know how many were you able to get in, even though you were off and on amateur fights.
13, 13.
Okay, and still not bad. Listen, Gabriel Rosado had like 16. So that's what I mean. Like, I wanted to I just want all that information, you know what I mean? I'm always interested in all the details. But go ahead, Mario.
No, speaking of details, you were also trained by Mark Tibbs, who had trained Dillian White. And with that break, I understand because there was a lot of going back and forth. We did have Mark Tibbs on about the way that White let him go. And I understand that you actually reached out, and Mark's been on record as to saying that you kind of did it the right way.
And
talked to him about it. What prompted you to make sure that you had that conversation with him and go about it in that way with such class?
The situation, Mark, we've always been on kind of good terms. It was just, I was at the time I was training with both of them. Anyway, Mark would tell me, go see Zab. He's got some sparring for you tonight. Or I was always training with both of them. You know what I mean? Especially there was a fight in like March I was getting ready for, and before that, and I was always training with both of them. And there was just some things I noticed. So and when I was in Portugal, there was a situation Mark weren't able to be here, man. I don't know, the COVID situation, he needed to be with his family. And so I was here training constantly with Zab. So it just made sense that I'm going into the next fight. I'm working with Zab, and then, so I just spoke to him, and this was I just told him how I felt and the situation and all that, man. And it was just good terms, really.
Can you tell me some of the differences between the two? Like, what is it that you like more about Xavier at this point? Because you decided to stay with him. Is it just the attention, the extra time?
Zab is very technical. You know what I mean? Very, very technical. I would say Tibbs maybe was more aggressive. Yeah, more aggressive style. But both of them together, man, it was such a unit, man. They were bringing out the best in me. It was such a unit, man.
It's good.
I just had a question real quick. You can jump in, Mitty. I noticed that the name Pester on the handle. Where does that name come from? We always get names from the neighborhood, or maybe an uncle or an aunt gave it to you. Where does the name Pester come from?
It was just from the streets, man. You know me. If you knew around me, I'm a jokey person. I'm like a little pest. I'm always cracking joke, always cussing stuff. That's just me, man. I'm like the life of the party. I'm that little pest. So I was always that person. You know what I mean? Like you people would play an instrumental and I'll be just joking over it or just cussing someone over it. Like, and it just came something just growing up from young. So even my my guys' mums, they'll say like someone will say, that's John. They'll say, who? Oh, Pesta. So it's like, so you know what I mean? It's just, there's one period I was trying to just stick to John, and it was just like everyone was just so used to calling me it, man. So it's just been like that, man.
That's all right. So Pesta, like tell us, like then, like you're fighting Linus, right? So you're fighting Linus next, and I know that you guys know each other. Being from London, you must have sparred together and all that. But I also see that there's a little bit of beef right now on social media and all that. So tell us what made that beef happen, and how did the sparring session go also?
Well, the beef happened. Me being, who I am, I'm just a real person where I come from. You know what I mean? He was, there was a live he was talking with Zab, and he was just like, "Yo, like, do they want it?" And like he was just giving up with that attitude. What a lot of people wanted us to fight, and he's saying, "What do they want it?" So like I came on a live and I said, "Look, I know this guy. You know what I mean? I don't know why he's talking tough. He's put a bandana on and say no. You know what I mean?" So I phoned him. You know what I mean? Me being him, I phoned him and said, "Yo, like, who you talking to? Like, what do you mean? Do they want it? I'm my team is Dylan White. Of course, he wants it even more than me. Like, how dare you come on? You know I'm not scared of no one." Then he just started apologizing like a little bitch on the phone. I even got the footage as well. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. And then where it was getting into the open, like he was, they were ducking me. They wanted we put offer to fight him on the Chisora 2 card. They said no. And I got the message from their management. They said no. And we tried to get, when he won the title, I was meant to try and fight him, but someone told the boxing board, they said I got to have one more fight, and which I've done. And then he was signed to fight someone else that he would easily have beaten because he cherry picks a lot, you know what I mean? So then, and then now, the COVID came. Because me and him, we spoken on live, man. Me and him was spoken, and he's saying, like, listen, like, no, I'm signed to fight this guy, you know what I mean? And blah, blah, blah. And now that he's got no option now, because then it just looks like you just ducking, because that and he has to fight me. So, and where it's coming in the open, obviously he's telling his story that he's offered to fight me, and it's like, it's kind of crazy. Why would you offer to fight me when you're ahead of me? You know what I mean? You've got more options in front of you. You're offering to fight me who's behind you, obviously. So it's just one of those ones where there's like two sides to it. Well, when you listen to my side, it makes a lot of sense. And his one is just like, waffling.
Yeah. So what, from the sparring, like, what gives you the confidence that you'll do the business, like, come fight night? Like,
there was one spar I landed the right hand and I made him do that James Brown dance. So,
oh yeah, inspiring.
But listen, but what gloves do you spar with, like, in terms of ounces? Because sparring is sparring, man. Like, I mean, there's a lot of fighters that have gotten the better of a fighter in sparring, and the fight doesn't turn out that way. Smaller gloves, no headgear, under the lights, that pressure, the camera, and he's 15-0, no defeats. Like you said, he's ahead of you. Is your overconfidence gonna be probably a downfall because you're too confident in what happened in sparring?
No, it's not. It's never on the case of the sparring, man. We had two spars, and he done well in one. I thought I done well in one. So I'm not taking sparring into the thing of just like, yeah, that's why. My confidence, I put the work in the gym. As a boxer, you gotta be confident, man. I don't know what the heck you jump in the ring for, going in there shaky, and then you're gonna get your jaw twisted. You know what I mean? Like, I have to be confident in my own ability. That what else? You know what I mean? My coaches believe in me, my team believe in me, but I have to believe in myself more than they believe in me. That's how I'm going in there.
So Xavier wanted this fight for you.
Yeah.
All right, that's interesting, man. Because again, he, like you said it yourself, he's ahead of you. What is it that you or your team see in him?
And they just feel that I've got the pedigree to take him out. It's the opportunity. He's got the belt, and me with the belt will make more sense. You know what I mean? I feel I'll be real. Anyway, go on.
No, I was telling Mitty one more before he jumps in. You could continue to answer. I was just giving him the heads up. I had one more.
Yeah. Just fools to it's opportunity, man. Basically, we just opportunity takers. That's what we are as a team. The opportunity is there. Listen, take it. You know what I mean?
So it's crazy because that's exactly where I was going with my next question. It seems like that Dillian White stable don't want to wait the traditional time of building the fighter. Like Babbitt, I thought took a huge step up versus Sean Winters in 3 fights or 4 fights. That was amazing to me. And now you also are fighting someone that's maybe 5-7 fights deeper than you. So what is it about you guys? Like, I know your rush is probably the age, but it seems like the entire camp has that mentality of, I don't want to wait. I want my shots now, or I want to get to that level now.
Yeah, I feel that way too.
Yeah, it's rubbing off on us, and I think we just got that thing of like, yo, we're just doing it our way. We're changing boxing, mate. We're putting our hearts into this. We're taking risks, and we're giving the fans what they want. You know what I mean? It's like we're trying to bring it back to that era, man. You know that era, that golden era of boxing, and that 90s era, man, where it's just the best fight the best. You know what I mean? You get your you get your entertainment value from the boxing, man, and that's what we're down for, and that's what I'm down to do. You know what I mean? Just I want to go in there and go in there against the best.
Real quick,
I love that answer. I love that answer.
On a producer side note, for those just tuning in, we're here live with John Harding Jr., part of that Dillian White stable. And I want to remind everybody that Chris Congo was also with Dillian White, and he also just took a fight where he took a huge step up. So it's just like, I want our listeners to be aware that the people coming out of that gym under the tutelage of Xavier and even Mark Tibbs at that time, but out of that all the smoke is what I call it on Sundays. Are you part of that?
Oh, Sunday smoke. Yeah.
Do you think you made your name on that Sunday smoke, or was it just that sparring session with Dillian? Like, because I feel like it's a beautiful idea. He gets these guys to go up against each other, and then you get to see the cream rise to the top, and it's like, he's got his own golden ticket going on, his own golden contract in that gym, so to speak. Like, if you work hard enough, if you're dog enough, he might give you an opportunity. I think that's a beautiful thing.
So do I.
Yeah.
And I love that. I love that y'all feed off each other with that, because, like you said, Chris Congo and Babik. I mean, I love that y'all all feed off each other,
dude. And if you win, man, that's a trifecta, man. There's a lot of pressure on you, man. Chris Congo stepped up huge. Babik stepped up huge. Now, if
but that's the way you want it, right? You
and
want
win
that
this
pressure,
title.
Seems like that's what makes that camp exactly.
Yeah, that's what we give. You know, it's exciting for the fans. So anytime they hear one of us going out, they're excited. You know what I mean? They ain't just seeing us just blow over just someone that's just that nobody knows, or it's just a easy defense victory or whatever. You know what I mean? So, it's just like we were saying, we're just out there, man. We just got to put our hearts and souls into this, man.
So I want to come back to Linus a little bit, and we can close that chapter. But like, obviously you're confident, right? But like, what do you see he does well? Because I've seen him like a few times, and like, if anything, I can see that he's a hard puncher and all that. So, but in your opinion, what do you have to worry the most about, like, when it comes to the fight with him? Like, what do you have to avoid?
He's boxes, and he's got a counter right hand that he likes to throw a lot. You know what I mean? That it's like his second nature shot. You know what I mean? And his movement, he can fight a lot on the back foot. You know what I mean? Which can be good, but can also be a downfall. But man, he's got, and he's undefeated, man. So it makes me, it just gives me that extra budge, extra push, extra buzz to really to take his all.
Yeah.
So John,
it's an exciting fight. Like, to be honest, I'm looking forward to that fight, because I think like your style will be great. Both of you have got like decent quality, so I'm looking forward to that, man.
Real quick, I'm just gonna jump in with the lighthearted questions here. You got the chat, asking about you, John. Supposedly, they're on your IG or somewhere. They're finding you got bars. You be rhyming.
You rap?
So it's like,
there's bits of rhyming there, you know what I mean?
Nah.
Yeah, they want to know what's up with John Harding on Saturdays on boxing bars.
Nah, I want to hear. Let me get like 4 bars. Let me hear at least 4. If you don't want to do a full 16, let's see what you got.
Put the stainless beat on.
Oh shit, that's right. We got a beat.
They got a beat for you.
We got a beat. If you got the skills, we definitely got a beat. If you want this beat, and it's I love this production, to be honest with you. Let me turn it up just slightly. Let me know when you can hear it clearly. I know you don't got headphones in.
Let me.
Cause I don't want it to come in too loud over you though.
I can hear it.
You want to turn it up? You want me to turn it up?
Yo, I'll get it started for him.
He inspired him.
Yo, look. Yo, man, the beat's messing me up. We about to have a party. Yo, I'm about to do it with my man John Hardy. We gonna come in this thing and we gonna get it started. Y'all know how we do it. Every morning we get it popping. Damn, that didn't rhyme, but that's all right.
Come on, John. You could do better than that, John.
I need to the beat. Turn the beat up. We just went to that. Let me hear the beat.
Just turn it up.
Listen. Alright. Listen, like, break me. The part time made me, poverty raised me. Jealous, hate me, aim to erase me, but I'm Africa's baby. God has blessed me greatly. I'm dark skin baby, complexion looking gravy. Versace, what the shades been, leaning all lazy. Hey,
okay, John. Okay, John.
Hey, you already know
Africa's baby, bro.
Yo, I like it. I like it. John, so I had this question pulled up. I wanted to know, you said 2 years into the bid, you quit. So you got 9 years, no more, no bud, right?
Yeah, no bud.
9 years.
This is huge for us, John.
That's huge, man. That's almost a decade. Listen, so there's no issue then, because I'm just trying, the stamina. I think that sometimes a person's activity and their will to win can beat or overcome someone else's skill. If you're the more conditioned fighter, you can almost drive the win regardless of the skill of the other person. Sometimes he's too skilled. Mayweather leave you looking like Canelo versus Mayweather. But yeah, I just want to make sure that tank is going to be there, that you're going to be able to give all that fire on the fight night.
Yeah, man, it's going to be fire. It's going to be war. It's going to be a fight to remember. You know what I mean? And that's what it's going to be, an exciting fight for the fans. It's looking like it's going to be fight of the night. It's gonna be an exciting card, man, and I just can't wait, and all the support I've been getting and everyone that's been seeing my life change around, I'm ever so thankful, man.
So I mean,
Just really quick, like, so you're in Portugal right now, right? So you're in camp with Dillian. Like, who do you have like sparring there? Like, who good middleweight?
All right, well,
giving you work.
Chris
is there with you?
Yeah. Me and him, we've been sparring for long, man. Like, we go back, man. Like, when we spar, it's like war. Everybody wants to just be around and just watch. You know what I mean? Like, everyone's standing up and just taking note. So, yeah, man, he brings the best out of me, man.
Nice.
So, who's the taller out of you and Chris? Because he's allegedly like 6'1" at welterweight, but you're 6 feet at middleweight. Do you look taller? Does he look taller?
Oh, that's a very good one, man. You know what? We need to we're roughly like the same kind of height, but I looked at him today. I was yesterday, and I'm like, damn, man, you look a bit taller, man. So
to me, you look taller.
Like, every day.
When I saw you sparring the other day, and like knowing Chris, you look taller to me, but I haven't seen you side by side though.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot about Linus. Does Chris give you a good look in terms of styles, or is it just work with a high level fighter?
Question.
Well, it's a bit of both, man. You know what I mean? Chris is high level, man. You know what I mean? And the lighter guys, they got a lot of stamina, man. You know what I mean? We can take it up. You know what I mean? So Chris is good work, man. I like sometimes when I spar with some of the lighter guys that are of a level, they give you a lot of work because it's a lot of stamina, so it just makes your heart rate go through the roof.
Cool. So, we didn't even ask you what's your style like, because, we're over across the pond here, so we haven't gotten an opportunity to watch you fight. We'll be tuned in for this one, but for those that didn't get to see you fight, what would you say your style favors or looks like?
If I can say a style, I'm more of a box fighter. I can box clean. I can, I could do the movement, and I can fight. I can put my heart and soul in it, and just bite deep on my gun shield and overhand right and everything, man. I can swing deep. I can put the pressure on. And, you see me just sparring the other day. I can stay, and it all depends on my opponent, man. You know what I mean? I can stick a move, fight on the back foot. I say I'm all rounded, man.
Beautiful. So those are my last questions. I don't know if anybody else has anything else. If not, you could give out
Just
your
one
social
thing
media.
I got to cut, so I've got to cut short. It was nice having you on. Thanks for coming on, and all the best for the fight, man. I wish you all the best, and hopefully you're victorious, man.
Yes, sure. I will be, man. Thank you so much, guys, man. Nice to see you guys, man. Nice
thank you, man. Hey, John, give out your social media for anybody listening that doesn't follow you can do so. And once again, we appreciate you, man. We look to get you back on after the fight.
That's a superstar. Hit me up, John Harding Jr. You'll find, man.
All right.
And where you from in London, Pest?
I'm from South London, man. New Cross originally, yeah.
All right, repping.
All right, champ. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. John Harding Jr., Mitty, once again, gracias. Catch you guys on the next one. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go out to the callers and get this thing started here. We want your opinion, not only on the interview, but obviously on today's topic, and that is, can the Charlo brothers be as big or bigger than the Klitschko brother legacy? That is something that Jermell Charlo wants to accomplish. He wants to become as big or bigger than the Klitschko brothers. They're definitely on the right path to accomplish that, and we're looking for your opinion on that. The number to call in and give us your opinion is obviously 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 time to voice your opinion right here. Don't forget, if you don't press 1 when you're on Blog Talk, we won't be able to get to your call. Now, if you're tuning in live right here on youtube.com/The Boxing Voice, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and help us achieve that goal of 117,000 subscribers. Only you can help us with that. Only you can tell a friend and tell a friend. Right now, we're at 116,189. That means we need damn near 800 more to get to that goal, which could be accomplished simply in one day. In one day. In one day. You share this video enough, the 4,000 to 5,000 people that watch these episodes daily share it enough, and we will get those 800 subs, believe me. But only you can do it. I can only ask you to. Once again, we're going out to the callers. You can also connect with us live on Skype by adding Nestor Gibbs to the Skype. And remember, you got to send that friend request in order to be added to the live call. And while I'm giving you all this information, don't forget, we made our makeup episode of Untitled. We were off Monday. We made that up for you yesterday at 7 p.m. Eastern. It's out, audio-only version for all my Atlas MP3 users and appreciators of that, right? You can catch it on MP3. It's also out on iTunes, probably. I'm not sure. You know, those guys are last. That being said, what else we got to mention? Border Wars, October 24th. If you want to be a part of it, hit me up. We already got a stacked 4-man card, and we might have a very good main event. We'll be finding out here in a few days. Can we have a very popular main event? Who knows? But if you want to be part of it, we're having it in Pittsburgh. Hit me up on IG or Patreon. You must be a Patreon in order to participate, and there are fees associated with it. Contact us. Don't forget, it's going to be the debut of Mario Munguia. He's taking on Keem from Florida. Long-time listener, long-time caller. And Mario, obviously, long-time host, right? And then we got
you put in my video out Sunday?
Yes, sir, champ.
All right. I got another one too.
What is that? GG Champ 15 says, how do I sign up for Border Wars and the Border Wars chat? Well, in order to get into the Border Wars chat, you have to have paid your membership fees, right? You have to have attempted to participate in a Border Wars and or participated in the Border Wars and remained on that $5 level. So the only way you get into the chat is once your fees is paid. Like, shout out to Sonny, right? It's Sonny, right? Not Sony. Sonny, which is Weber's fighter from Oklahoma. He's been in the chat. Kind of not seen much from him. How about you guys? I don't know, but he's in the chat. But yeah, man, once you pay your fees, we'll add you to the chat, and you'll be part of the fam, bro. There's new people in there now, but everyone in there is like freaking at minimum 3 years old already.
Dang.
Yeah. They've been in that chat for 3 years already, if not a
So
little bit more.
let me ask you, how much? Because this is what I've been getting asked by people. How much video do you have to send, and how much time can you have in between a fight? Like if you sign up, like what's the deadline? I guess.
What do you mean deadline for?
For like a fight, like let's say somebody, because and honestly, somebody asked me these exact questions last night.
Read them to me because you're not giving them well.
Okay, I actually
text them to me
gave
and I'll-
I actually
and I'll-
gave the number to Bishop to get a hold of him.
Okay.
But he's asking, when can we sign? When is the last week we can sign up for Border Wars and still fight this next one? I think you meant this next one. Then
I mean, it all
Yeah, go ahead and
depends.
ask
I mean, look, we usually have a deadline, and that's the truth. We're kind of open this one. This is, COVID is affecting everything.
Okay. And he also wants to know how much footage they have to send.
Footage.
I told him
we need a little bit of everything, guys. You got to understand, Jermell has watched
like 5 minutes
Derevyanchenko
total
fight.
of everything, right? That's good. 5 to 10 minutes.
3 minutes of everything
3
is
minutes good? Okay,
excessive. 3 minutes of you on the bag, I'm falling asleep.
Oh, I meant total. I meant total.
So if you want to send me 3 minutes of
that's why
sparring,
I did mine the way I did mine. You seen the way I did mine? I
3
cut
minutes
mine
of
up.
sparring. Only thing I don't like about yours is you shot it for like Instagram. I hate when people do that, but
But I
gotta
told you I
deal with
wanted
it.
to do that vlog style, but I could change it up
Vlog
though.
style-
Oh, you mean panel? He didn't have a panel.
Vlog style
I don't have
doesn't.
nobody to film me.
Doggy, vlog style doesn't mean square, dog. Like,
Yeah.
That's true.
Go to YouTube,
That's
type in
selfie type
vlog,
shit.
type in vlog, and believe me, vlog
Yeah.
style just means this, like my phone in front
Yeah,
of me,
yeah, yeah,
and I'm like, yo, word is born. This Mario Mongia, we here.
You got a
But
tripod by any chance?
You don't even need
I
it.
do.
Listen, you with
I use
$20.
You'll see it when he posts it.
With $20, they'll sell something. You'll buy something and you can connect to your phone. And
Oh, the
it'll be
selfie stick?
and it'll be like that. You know what I mean?
I have
it's like
one
a
of those.
handle.
I have one of those. Yeah, it attaches from underneath, but it sucks because like you see the angles that I'm getting for everything. It's all on the ground because I don't got nobody to film me.
Yeah.
Like I asked some girl to film me for target mitts because the camera kept falling down. I was like in my 4th or 5th round, and I would turn around and I'm like, the fucking phone fell.
It's like
But I wasn't gonna
Nah,
stop
you gotta,
to do
you
it.
gotta
You know what I
listen.
mean?
Go
Oh,
on
I just
Amazon,
asked me
bro.
to check.
Listen, go on Amazon. You can find something for $10. I found, I can't remember the name because it's actually a good name, but it's like under $10, and it's a tripod with 3 legs that you can bend. So you could literally use the 2 legs of the tripod and wrap it around the ropes. You could go to a corner post, wrap it around the corner post. So many things you can do. I got suction cup things. Like I get all my own footage. I don't, because if I wait around for my friend, who I will not mention, to record me sparring, you guys would never see me spar.
I'll turn the camera from now on. I actually have a video from today, and just so everybody understands what Ness is publishing, it's from Monday. So then I have one from Tuesday. But so like everything's gonna be like a couple days behind. And that's mostly because of editing and stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna walk everybody through it. Like I show everybody what I'm eating. Like right now, I'm like all Border Wars. Like I wake up, I'm like, all right, what am I doing this morning? 4 a.m, went for my run, did a little light circuit at the gym, and then it's like tonight is boxing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like every day I'm waking up, well, can I eat this? Can I eat that? And so y'all will see, I put like 10 minutes together, and then I got another video from today, but I'll probably just delete that one. I mean, from yesterday. I'll probably delete that one because it was shot the same way. And yeah, obviously not super great, but
it's footage, man. Bag footage.
Yeah, it's footage. Footage is footage. So
we just need to be able to assess you, to properly matchmake you. We pride ourselves on not having anyone get hurt, and we pride ourselves on having a pretty high return rate. Most people have returned to Border Wars and have fought. And even some of those that only fought once, and it's been 6 years since they fought, they're still in the chat though. So they're still like family, you know what I mean? Shout out to Sal. Y'all fuck. For those that don't know, that's a Border Wars inside joke. Sal's 1-0. And I've been fucking with him about that forever because it's like, yo, when you gonna get that next fight, champ?
We're about to jump on Jordan now, Mr. 1-0.
Nah. But Jordan gets a pass. Jordan is the first guy. First of all, Jordan is our first Cuban Border Wars fighter. Secondly, he's the first dude to have a legitimate injury, show legitimate paperwork, show up, fight with the injury with a legitimate injury. Like we seen that knee. We seen that air cast, everything. He fought with that. We seen how stiff he couldn't bend it and still got one of the only stoppages. Because remember, other than Jordan, he's the newest stoppage. Like, the other one, it's been a minute now. So he's the latest stoppage. I think it was a first rounder, So after that fight, he got the surgery. I think he had like ACL surgery or something like that. Meniscus, I don't know. He's in the pre-pro, ask him. But he said he's ready. He just can't do this one. But he could definitely do like a December one if we come back that fast, which I doubt it. So he'll be ready for 2021. Coyote with the super chat says, Chisora Usyk finally on for the 31st of October. That's pretty cool. That's only a month away. That's cool. That's cool that they was able to finalize it and, get it on so soon instead of like some date for next year or some weird stuff like that.
Kent Stone got a super chat. He says, it's fight week, baby. The Ukraine and the DR looking for belts and lion pelts. Hashtag lions only diet. Hashtag slayed lions in the camp. Damn, we all know Kent Stone is rooting for the other guy.
Haiti. I guess because, he's so close to DR. He like, fuck that, I'm going with Rosario.
Going with the primos.
Yeah. We're going to open up these phone lines. Mario, we got Blog Talk. I'm going out to long-time listener, Border Wars fighter, friend of the show, all that, man. I mean, what haven't you done? He's even been to an appreciation night.
JD, motherfucker.
There's a lot of things I like to move, so just try to get on my game. I don't know why they gonna call me for I'm a 54 pounder, but I have a brother that's at 160.
And let me not forget Boomeranger. What up, JD?
Boomy.
JD.
Boomerang.
JD. Damn, did I get that wrong, Mario? What's 409? That's not JD? I'm pretty sure that's JD.
Checking right.
He's a truck driver. He might be busy.
There we go.
It is him?
He had to stop right now.
He might be talking to the dispatcher.
Just like the king is what I mean. The king is what I mean.
I mean, yo, is it me or what? What's going on here?
Everybody in the shadow realm?
I don't know.
Well.
All right.
Yeah. Let's. I really.
got 214 is
Valdez.
It is. Yo, what the heck?
What?
I'm trying to.
I think Blog Talk's down.
Okay, I see all these numbers.
It keeps kicking me out every time. It's frozen now.
Blog Talk got they got an update? What the fuck?
I don't know, man.
I'm really trying to hear what people got to say about this comparison.
Let's go to Skype. That's why we got Skype, man. The backup. Not the backup, the reliable source, actually. The
solid. That's the landline.
Yeah. The landline.
We're going out to Steve in Chicago.
My town up in K-Town.
Hey, Daddy, this a dollar beat.
I drink soda, I eat pizza. I hang out with chicks all day. These fighters still can't beat me. They fighting every day, they in the gym every day. Just give me 6 weeks, and I got it.
BoxingVoice.com.
Oh, good morning.
Okay, you're there.
Oh,
Steve, we just waiting on you.
How's it going, man?
Yeah, I missed most of what you guys. Hey, the only thing I'm going to say is just to remind everybody that you had just posted that Alamada, all right, versus Neary. Everyone, go make your pick on that. The event this weekend. That was a late edition that just got missed. That's really all I got because I missed most of what you guys were talking about. Unless you want to fill me in.
Yeah, what do you think about the comparison that's being made right now? You know, the Charlo brothers eventually, you know, being able to be the polarizing figures that the Klitschko brothers were. So we were talking about
Jermell came out and said, I say as big as the Klitschkos or bigger when asked if they would ever reach that level. So that's what we're talking about, is debating whether they can get there or not, or if that's too lofty a goal to set.
If they keep winning, definitely they'll be bigger, no doubt about it. Be bigger, no doubt about it.
I agree.
As long as they keep winning, they're making history, to be honest with you. Twins like that,
I agree.
And to be, that's history in the making.
No, I definitely agree for sure.
That's all.
Well, and that was the point that I had made earlier in the show, is that, you know, as great as the Klitschkos were, and they are, and Vlad deserves to be, you know, the Hall of Famer that he's going to be, first round ballot. He deserves to be on a list of all-time great heavyweights. How high up, that can be debated, but he deserves to be there. But the point of being big, like they weren't very well known. So it's like the Charlos are already building a bubble, and they've never even had that big marquee Canelo A-side type of fight. Think about how far along they are. They still haven't fought Jacobs. He still hasn't fought Golovkin. He still hasn't fought Canelo, and he's been able to make his own lane.
So I said, as long as they keep winning, you know, that they're in the making. Their history in the making. As long as they keep winning, you know, that's their history in the making. Not there yet, but they're getting there. As long as they keep winning, they'll be bigger, no doubt about it. That's no question to me. As long as
you're saying they'll be bigger.
You know, they'll be bigger, absolutely. If they keep, heck yeah.
The reason I asked like that, because we talked about the longevity in the 10-year reign. And, you know.
Let's go, champ. You feel me?
I listen. Great interview. What's his last name? John
Harding Jr.
Harding. Yeah. He's a TV guy. That's one of our fighters. We gotta watch him. He's one of us. He's one of our guys. It would have been good to get the Patreon, but I know things just kind of happen like that. But as far as the Charlos, man, listen. It's different circumstances. I mean, listen, automatically they're going to be as big as the Klitschkos because, number one, you don't have any other brothers to compare them to. So when you start looking over the annals of boxing history, you're going to say brothers were champions. You're going to say the Klitschkos, and you're going to say the Charlos. So that in itself puts them in discussion. I think, a lot of the pressure, too, was on Vladimir to carry the reign for the brothers. Vitaly, he was tough, but, when he went in against the top of his division, the top heavyweights, he was either stopped or he knocked somebody out. So he was really touch and go. He was very, he was Wilder-esque in that way. You know what I'm saying? Wilder going to either punish you, knock you out, whatever. So I say that to say, I don't know which Charlo is going to be the one. Probably Big Charlo is going to be the one to carry the legacy for the brothers because both of them can do it, but I don't know. So that's my call, man. Great show as always. Catch y'all in overtime.
I mean, some might say it's already Jermell. Some might say it's already Jermell being the Vlad of the family.
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
This IBF WBA will put him up.
I gotta tell you something. And I want to say I'm sorry before I tell you this. And I want you to know that I'll spend all night fixing this. I just deleted almost every 700 number we have.
Where? How'd that happen? I mean,
I have
can't
no
you just go back?
clue.
because that's a word.
I tried to. Here's the thing.
I don't mean.
Ash has the master copy.
I don't mean backspace. Can't you just go back to a different day? A day.
Oh, good call. Damn, why didn't I think of that? You're right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you could go back because it saves daily.
Yes, I can.
So you could go to a saved version from yesterday.
But oh my God, there it is.
You should have seen him.
You're a fucking genius.
Ness, I don't know if you saw him, but he was going like this.
Nah.
I swear to God, I was about to tear up. I was like, he's gonna be so fucking.
He was like, no.
Let me get to one of those 700s and try Blog Talk again here. Davidian, you there? Davidian, are you there?
Broham, are you there?
I wonder what's going on with Blog Talk, because I actually called in to Blog Talk. They can hear us clearly. It's us not being able to hear you guys anymore.
My God, the numbers are there.
What the hell is going on? Yeah, Davidian dropped off now. We can't.
Hey, what happened?
We're not hearing them for whatever reason here.
I'm trying to find the 773 number, but I can't. I deleted it, and then now I'm like redoing it. Oop.
That's strange, bro.
I don't know how I did that. That was so crazy.
No, I mean that they can't hear us too. Like,
oh yeah, to me. That's like every day.
Yo,
I
think the thing is this, right? Blog Talk sold their platform to Spreaker, so I think they're just not updating anymore.
Damn, and Hawk just went on too.
They just not doing maintenance, I guess, because we've been having this issue for years about it's down, it's off, it's up, it's down. But anyway,
and it used to be so reliable.
Used to. I'm telling you, I think once they sold it, they're like, man, F all that. But anyway, moving on to Sony. Sony, no Sony going once, going twice. Bomb Box in Arizona. Going once, going twice.
They go to rhyme.
NO, New Orleans.
Let's go, champ.
Marlon, so Icy Sims.
Yeah, Iceman. Call him the Iceman.
All right, Majid. Oh, okay. Marlon is there. Sorry, Majid. I'll be right back to you. Marlon, what up?
Hey, you hear me? I'm chilling, man. I'm in this airport, so there's probably a lot of background noise.
All good. We hear you so far.
Oh man, I'm just chilling, man. I'm trying to get some fight updates for myself, man. Trying to get back in the ring, man. I ain't trying to sit out too long.
I seen you working.
Yeah, man. I'm staying in the gym, man.
I seen you, bro. You looking freaking like completely ripped. You look like you fight ready, bro. You better not overwork.
I ain't overworking. I'm just consistently working. I feel like I'm working smarter, man. I'm evolving. I'm just growing more, and just really leveling up on different things that I want to do inside that ring.
Oh, for sure, man. But
I feel like since your last fight from Showbox, you've just stayed in shape, and it's just gotten consistently better, at least from what you're posting.
Yeah, and that's what it is. Like I'm consistently just working. Like I don't feel like I'm overworking. But yeah, it's just me. Like even if I wasn't fighting, I'll still be in the gym, and that's just pretty much where I'm at. I'm just staying in the gym just to stay ready, just in case if one of these top rank cards they want to call me for one of those. I want to be prepared. I don't want to sit there and be like, oh, I need a whole 7-week camp. I want to be like, if they call me on the 3-week notice and we already in shape, but they don't know it or whatever, they want to call me for a B-side fight, I'll be prepared for it, coming there with an A-side mentality. And that's the only way I'm gonna be able to get some opportunities right now. I feel it's one of these. I got to get on one of these cards that they gotta. I feel like they have to think, okay, let's just get this guy. He got a nice record, this and that, and then I come in there and just pull a clay collar and start doing the upset.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm on, man. I'm trying to secure my own little Minnesota State title fight right now with Ramiro Hernandez, but he ducking me, and it's sad out here, man. I'm just trying to fight. That's all it is. Like, people ain't trying to set it up though, and they want to take the easy path.
All right. Well, Marlon, man, I want to thank you. It looks like Majid, Keem, JT, Juan, J Mac, Davidian, Coach Myers, all y'all. We'll get to you on overtime. We'll be right back at 10:45. We're gonna be talking Lubin, Charlo. No, Lubin and Geisha numbers on Showtime. You know, we'll talk about how many people viewed it, and we'll talk about, is it right to maybe think about going to Dazn, right? Like, if you're only doing 100,000 views, you
what happened?
Really can't complain about fighting on an app. So if you're not being seen, then don't complain about fighting on the app. Take the money that the app is offering, right? I don't know.
I mean,
or do you leave Showtime? But that's what we're gonna talk about on overtime. I see some people complaining, hey, we can do drive-by, but then that's going to make it shorter for you. If we give you your call for the morning show, because all of y'all are Patreons, we'll just give you your call on overtime, and you get more time on overtime.
Yeah, that, and then you get multiple topics to talk about. Yeah,
then you could talk about this and that on overtime because you're a Patreon. I don't want to cut y'all now and do like a drive-by for the remaining callers. So
throw you out the car and shit, like, all right, get out.
Yeah, you know. But we do have to do that. We do got to do that hard stop though, because we got to cater to our Patreon familia on
Plus,
Wednesdays.
maybe we come back with the Usyk topic.
Not only that, also remember today 7 p.m. Eastern, we're trying to do. And I only say trying because no one has sent me the link to Rosario Gallimore, but I want to do Rosario Gallimore Makeup Film Study Tuesday at 7. We talked about it yesterday. Still haven't gotten a link. I haven't actually tried to do it myself yet and find it, but I am going to do that.
I'm going to send it right now to the Skype.
Oh, he got the link. So it's on 7 p.m. Eastern. Join us for Tuesdays, Film Study Tuesday on Wednesday. Call it the Makeup. The Makeup. And once we make that up, we're up to date. We're back on track. And that's it. And it's important because that fight can help us make the decision on Friday's betting show.
Word.
And what we do there.
That's going to be a big show for us.
A big
because
show.
I'm going to tell you right now.
It's the big show.
Yo, I'm working on a parlay that if the numbers
just be real
where I think they are, it's gonna be like $5 to win like 150.
Exactly. Be real. After I created that very lucrative $2,000 parlay, you feel the need to come up with a better parlay for the show.
Except though the difference is I'll actually do that parlay and win that money and not be scared money. So yeah,
It's
you're right.
right.
You are the inspiration for me to not be scared money.
Look, that's my own fault, right? That I didn't bet. But the truth of the matter is...
Possibly because you didn't believe in it as much as you thought you did?
No, but the truth of the matter is Jaron Ennis minus 600 by knockout. If you believed me, you put that. The Lubin by money line. Everything else was basically money line, right?
Champ, I'm going to give you your credit because you deserve it. But the difference between what I'm trying to do and what you did is I'm trying to be set by that date, because here's the issue, I think, with what people might have had with your parlay is that 1 minute you were trying to give us, boots 4 through 6. And then you were like, oh, just take the knockout with that. And this wasn't on your parlay. But all I'm saying is that those kind of single recommendations kind of break down once you get to the parlay. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just got to be on that same.
No, I think you just misunderstood. I gave people the option, right? Because there was people like Intrigue from Atlanta that are more pro boots. So I went from money line. Remember, I went from money line and giving you a guaranteed plus 102 for everybody who was money line.
For the favorite. Yeah.
Okay. Then I said, if you believe in your boots, you don't do money line boots. You do money line. I mean, you do boots minus 600 for knockout.
Sure.
Right? I said, if you believe my advice, and you guys too were also backing. We were backing Jonathan to possibly not be stopped by FA, and by putting that, it changed the parlay. So it was up to you to do it. Plus, it was $2. So you could have did every version that I did and been $2,000 richer. That's not my fault that you didn't do it. I gave you the winning parlay.
It was a great parlay, champ.
I gave you the winning parlay. You could have went the Enrique route and put the 300 and made 400 on the favorites. Pedraza just winning. Lubin just winning. Everybody that I told you just winning the way that I said it. Or you could have made 2,000 by switching two fights. So
guys,
I don't know what he's saying.
They actually got the odds up for Jermell, Charlo, and Sergey on FanDuel right now. And Jermell is negative 172 and Sergey plus 134.
That's
Those
right.
are very close odds.
That's right.
Man.
No, they know who's the favorite. I like that.
Well, of course, yeah. But
no, because there's a lot of
though.
haters out here. What you mean? There's a lot of haters out here that think that the Charlos ain't as good as they also.
They can think that, but listen. If you are a logical boxing fan and not a D writer or anything like that, you have to admit that Jermell is the favorite in the fight. He should be looked at as the favorite in the fight. You got a guy who you could say he's faced better opposition, but he hasn't won. You know what I'm saying? So Jermell has to be. You can pick Derevyanchenko, got no problem with that, but you got to admit who the favorite is.
You guys, do y'all need we're gonna end it and start overtime. Peace.
Okay.